Okay, in medieval to Total War, all of Iberia is a historical mess. But there is one thing in particular that I want to point out. King Alfonso here, his daughter, is called Teresa, who was historically known as Teresa of Leon. Later in life, she will marry a man called Henrique, who was the King of Portugal. And as we can see here, King Henrique has a wife called Teresa, who is of course based off Teresa of Leon. His wife and this man here, his daughter, they're the exact same woman. Human cloning. That was number 5. Welcome to a top 5 best historical inaccuracies video from the old Total War titles. Now, I love Total War games. Despite the many inaccuracies, those don't really matter to me. I am 100% fine with them going away from history at times to focus on gameplay, but some of these inaccuracies are just too good, and they've got to be covered. Okay, so Egypt in-game is meant to represent the Fatimids, and the Turks are meant to represent the Seljuks. Neither of these actually have their banners. The Fatimid banner is not yellow at all, and it does not have 3 crescents. The Fatimid banner has 1 crescent in black on a green background, which is almost identical to the Turks symbol, and the Seljuks have something completely different, a light blue eagle. So yeah, the Turks have the historically accurate faction icon, but for the Fatimids, the Egyptians, for the start date, which I find to be funny. 3rd place. Now, I talked about this one just a couple of days ago, so I won't go too much into it, but if you did happen to miss the video, I went into a mathematical calculation of how long the phalanxes should actually be. This is how long a phalanx is for a hoplite unit in-game. This, on average, is how long it should be. So yeah, in-game, historical. In-game, historical. They did this for gameplay reasons, as a longer phalanx unit is much better to look at in-game, and I do like it. I do like that phalanxes are a very overpowered unit in Rome Total War, but still, you know, it's kind of funny how it's actually half the size historically. The game doubles the length. In 2nd place, if as a faction you hold Jerusalem, you get, I believe, a 20% or maybe 15% public order boost, which is quite good, very beneficial. That's what you get for holding Jerusalem. It does have a historical backing behind it. You know, the Christians do, of course. You know, they're happy with that because they're Christian, they like holding Jerusalem. Same with Islam, and even the same with Orthodox, although to a lesser extent, but still, they will be happy holding the Holy Land. But for some reason, you also get it with the sun god worshipping Aztecs. That's right. If, as the Aztecs, you were able to conquer Jerusalem, you get the 15% public order boost from the settlement. There it is. And it's in all your settlements as well, not just Jerusalem. So yeah, the people all the way over here in Cholula, they do get a 15% boost for holding Jerusalem. That makes the people of Cholula very happy. And as you all probably expected, in 1st place, number 1, my favourite historical inaccuracy so far, is Bronze Age Egypt. Yep, they are set in the Bronze Age, which is actually on average 2,000 years before the start date. If you want to put that on a time scale, like, you know, this being 2,000 years back, what is 2,000 years forwards, roughly? Well, the barbarian German faction would then have panzers. It would be in the very modern era. That is how out of date this Bronze Age Egypt is. Okay, so how should Egypt actually look? Well, it was conquered by Alexander the Great, and when he died it was given to the Ptolemies, who were part of a diadochi system. And so it Hellenized, became Greek or Macedonian, and this is how it should historically look. Yeah, so here we are, Greek units here, we got some Egyptian archers, but mostly it's a very phalanx-based army, like what Alexander the Great used. Yeah, so here we are, very Greek themed. However, of course, they struggled with numbers. There were still a lot of, traditionally Egyptian people in Egypt, obviously. So they did also recruit some more local units as well, some actual Egyptians. But they were armoured in Greek clothing. Yeah, we got some camel archers here. This is a mod, by the way, a Greek mod. And here we have some Egyptian-looking units, but part of a Greek army, as they were historically. On every single Wednesday and on Saturday, I do historical Total War videos, where we look at a faction, or an event, or something in the game, and we see into its historical accuracy. This video here is more about advertising this series, because it's a very good one. Those 5 things there that I've shared, that's only a part of what we've found, and I'm going to still continue uploading these videos, and I hope you can join me with this journey about looking into the accuracy of all the Total War titles. That's a series called Total War Profiled. There'll be a playlist at the end. But that's not all we do with these historical videos. We've also got Total War Backstory, where we take a look at a position in game, a historical event, a start date, and we go into the backstory, like how did the world, from a historical perspective, get to this point. The best example so far on my channel is about the mod, 1212 AD, the medieval mod, looking at why it chose that start date, and there's a lot of history going on all around that makes that start date just perfect for the game. Sometimes we look into the accuracy of faction icons. Sometimes we look into the historical battles and break those down. How accurately are those laid out? Stuff like that. There's a lot of history on this channel on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Top 5 videos on Mondays and on Thursdays. Those are usually historical as well. A lot of those are actually looking into these historical titles and seeing what they missed. Like 5 settlements that Rome Total War could have added. 5 units that could have historically fit into Rome 2 Total War, but never were present. Stuff like that. Subscribe for more stuff like that. Share with anyone you think may be interested. Please do like as well. It does all really help me out. But until the next one, and for now, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learnt something. I've been MELKOR. Goodbye.